Welcome to this very first video of a new series that we are going to do that I'm calling Smash or Pass. We are basically talking about leaked releases, like dedicated on one single release. I will talk you through everything, what I think if I am going to pick it up, which would be the Smash, or if I will not, which would be the Pass. And this can set a tone like for upcoming no buys or not no buys, or whatever video is going to be followed by that. This video idea is actually not mine. Like, this is inspired by Morgan Turner Makeup, who's doing this all the time, and she calls hers shop or drop. And I thought, since I'm a bit more aggressive in everything, let's call this Smash or Pass. And as you've guessed from the video title, we're talking about the new Natasha Denona I Need a Nude palette that got leaked, I think, on Sunday. And first of all, I have to ask you for a favor. If you know who's the original person who posted this more clear shot of the I Need a Nude palette, please let me know, because I want to give her credit. I just shared in my Instagram stories the more blurry shots, but somebody posted a clear version of it and sent me that. So if you know who it is on Reddit, or if she has an Instagram account or whatever, let me know. I want to link her down below and give her the full credit that she deserves. So let's first of all talk about the whole packaging. This is much like the Retro Glam packaging. Like, I can see there is this like plastic top that is a bit higher than the rest of the palette. And first of all, I love that. I think this is a really, really nice thing for the new packages. I was kind of disappointed that the Yucca palette didn't have this, but when the I Need a Nude one has it, I like that. The design, I don't get the like U that is laying on the side and the bubble and the other thing, but there might be a reason for that. But now let's zoom in on the shades, and I will talk you through about the shades in like 6 pans. We have like 2 6 pans and then 1 trio to talk about, so that we can have a very dedicated discussion about this. So the first shade in the palette is called Stone. This looks to me like your very typical taupe. Stone, the name says it all. You probably have this. Let me just tell you that. Next to it we have Whisper, which basically looks like the same shade but with shimmer to it. And I think like a taupe metallic shade is a very, very versatile shade that you should have in your collection. Underneath Stone we have Delilah. That looks like one of her new like the crystal metal eyeshadows. Are they called crystal? But those very, very intense eyeshadows that we first got to know in the Yucca palette. I actually really like this. This looks like a really nice silver, so this is a cool shade. Then we have Silhouette, the darkest shade of them all in the whole palette. That is a neutral brown. And then we have Wit. Wit looks like a warm pink brown. I don't get the placement here. I think this is a very off placement, and I actually, when I just zoom back into the whole palette, the shade looks like it does not belong here. Next to it we have the shade Sheen. This is 100% a crystal-like topper shade. So let's talk about the next 6 shades, like the next 2 rows. Then we have Ella. Thank you, Natasha. Thank you so much. But it looks like, I don't know, like a brownish, reddish, metallic shade. Or could this be, you know, underneath Ella you have the shade Muse, and Muse 100% is a cream to powder shade, and now I'm not sure if maybe Ella is a cream to powder shade too. Does this make sense? That would confuse me even more, because the other 4 shades like Vague, Fair, Tender and Mash are mattes. I love matte shadows from Natasha Denona, but this is like very out of style for her, or is it? I don't know. I think Vague is more of a, again, a mauve tone, while Mash is one of those very cool toned rosy shades, and Tender is a very, very cool toned brown. I love that. To be honest, Mash, Tender and Vogue remind me a lot of the 3 key matte shades in the Rose Quartz from Huda Beauty. Especially Mash and Tender. They're like 100% the same shades as in the Rose Quartz palette. And now we have the last row, Travertine. Looks again like a cream to powder shade. Filigree looks like a cool toned brown metallic shade. And Mia again looks like a topper shade, but this time with a pink shift. If I am right with my assumption of the cream to powder shades, we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 matte shades. 1, 2, yeah, 2 cream to powder shades, if we assume that Ella is not a cream to powder shade, and it might be the same metallic formula as Filigree, I think. And I think 2 cream to powder shades are like normal for her palettes. And then we have 1 of those crystal shades and 2 toppers. I don't know how I feel about that. When I look at the palette, I feel excited and underwhelmed at the same time. How's this even possible? To be honest, like very honest now, if you have a larger collection, I bet you have a palette like this already. I'm 100% sure nothing in this palette will be new to you, except when you have only Fire Warm eyeshadow palettes. Maybe then. Maybe. But without seeing swatches of this palette, I promise you, I can dupe every single shade in here. And I actually already have some in my mind. And I also, okay, unpopular opinion, I don't like the topper shades from Natasha Denona. I think they're absolutely useless in her palettes because her shimmers, the new, let's call them like the crystal shimmers, her mattes, they are so impactful. The topper shades, they kind of don't get the recognition they should get. As of for now, like we don't have any further information when this will launch, we don't have any like swatches. This is a pass for me. This might be the first pass since, I don't know, I have 6 or 7 Natasha Denona mini palettes. So, but I think this is going to be a pass. Because I know myself, I know this looks beautiful and probably would make a good palette in my collection just to fulfill the whole I collect the palettes from her, but I cannot justify spending 73, yeah, they sell around 72.95 or so on Sephora currently in Germany, just to have a palette with shades that I already have. And I'm 100% sure if I take a deep look in other of my palettes, I have this exact selection of 15 shades probably already in one palette. As of for now, this is a pass. And you should pass too. If you want to smash after reviews. Wait for a sale. Let's just wait together until there is the official release. Because I'm so sick and tired of this Natasha Denona technique that these palettes, they leak always month ahead. I think the past 2 years, the big palettes leaked like 2 months before they got officially announced, and the mini palettes was like a week to a month or so. I'm just sick of that. Like, either they do this on purpose, but no, we don't want that anymore, or they have a very big problem with some employees. So what do you think about the new I Need a Nude palette? Do you smash it or do you pass it? Let me know down below, and I will see you on the next one.